Hey there, how the heck are you? I hope you're having a great day today. I am Melissa Heck and this is my YouTube channel, Missy's Makeup. I'm so happy to have you here. If you're new here, then welcome, and if you've been here before, then welcome back. Today I'm super excited because this is just basically going to be me talking myself out of buying the new Natasha Denona Glam palette. I will put a picture of it somewhere, and basically what I'm going to do is try to show you that you may have these colors if you're having a bit of the feelings that I do, and you might have a lot of palettes. And this is just going to be an appreciation video for things that we already have, and me trying to tell myself that I don't need something that I definitely don't need. So yeah, and I'm going to also make a look using a palette that I seen Natasha Denona make on her Instagram. So if you're interested in that, then please stay tuned because we're going to be getting right into that. It is Saturday and it's a heck of a day for makeup! Now let's get right into it. Alright you guys, I'm really excited to get started. So I'm going to put a picture of the Natasha Denona palette somewhere on the screen while we're doing our eyeshadow look, and also just right now. And then I'm going to show you, I'm going to be using my Sultry palette from Anastasia. The reason I'm doing that is because look at how extremely similar this is. So I am going to also insert a picture now of the look that I'm going to try to do using my Sultry palette, because I obviously don't have the Glam palette, because that is what the point of this video is. Okay, let us begin. Let us begin. I'm gonna tuck my hairs back behind my ears because it's just gonna get in the way. I think I'd like to start with the transition color. I could either start with that or the liner look to the lid, but I think I want to add that right before I do the shimmer. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna begin by taking this unknown brush here. It's just a blender brush, and going into what she says is birch in this palette. It's this kind of warm toned looking, she calls it blend. Yes, she calls it blend. I'm going to place that right here in this area. Yeah, so she brings it all the way forward, like way up into the front part of the eye and into the outer part. Obviously need to build on that. There we go. I kind of like that. So I've noticed that in this palette we have this bloom shade, which obviously isn't anything close to anything in the Natasha Denona palette. What I'm going to use is, I'm going to take some liberties here, but I feel like I'm okay with that because I'm still just using this palette, and that's the point. So to add a little bit more of the warmth, because in the picture you'll see there's a little bit more of like a pinkish looking, at least in the picture that I see, so I'm just gonna go with this. So I'm gonna take some of the bloom shade on this brush, and we're gonna warm this up a little bit with that. Ooh yeah, this is the effect I wanted. Just blending those two colors together, and that looks a lot more like the inspiration of this. I'm going to take a little bit more of birch, the warm toned brown that we started with, and just go over that again. Windshield wiper motions and circular motions. Just kind of all over the place up there, you know? Really blow it out. I look at a lot of Instagram pictures from Natasha Denona, and the way that she does her eyeshadow is very like blown out and like and glamorous. So I feel good about this. I think this looks really good. Let's move on. So she says she uses lash line. To me, according to the inspiration photo, looks a lot like that liner color that I was talking about. Maybe we should go into that now. Kind of thinking maybe we should. we're just gonna move on to the liner part. I'm going to take this pointy angled liner brush and we're going to dip into what she calls lash line, but in my palette is Noir. It's this black, and I'm going to dip into it very lightly, and it's just an angled like liner. It looks like it comes from about here. I'm gonna stamp first, just so I can be sure I get that effect that I want. Goodness, this is more than I do usually. Just making that shape. Ooh, honey, that is something else. Girl. Now it looks a little crazy, alright, and I know, just relax. Just calm down a little bit. I'm gonna take a small tapered blending brush now, and to me it looks a little bit, looks like it's got like the dark brown, which in my palette is dystopian. I'm gonna dip into that right now. Place it here first and just start kind of rubbing and blending up into the crease area a little bit. Back into the original brush with nothing on it right now, nothing extra anyway. And just going back over all of this, soften it a little bit. Back into birch. Okay. So far, looks alright. Now, for the fun pot, I'm going to take a little bit of teak, which I will show you is this little sucker right here. So she uses this on this section to diffuse. So she uses this kind of shade in my palette to diffuse, which I can see is working quite nicely. Just a little bit more of teak. Noticed that Natasha Denona uses a lot of like shimmer and metallic shades to do blending and stuff, and I kind of dig it. I'm going to dip into Noir and Dystopian together a little bit, just to soften it a little bit, and add it here, back into the wing section because we blended, and of course lost a little bit of the wing. That looks pretty good. Back into the teak brush just to soften the line edge right here a little bit. Alrighty, now let us do the lower lash line. We must, in the center of the lower lash line is that teak shade. I'm going to do that after I do the outer lash line, which she says is, well actually, which just looks to me like it's Noir, the black, and I'm going to just do a little bit of Dystopian because I like that. And connect these guys right here on the lower. Okie dokie then, and she brings it forward, the black part anyway, a little bit about there. And then she says she blends out the lower lash line some more with Smoke, which for me I decided was Dystopian. Let's knock that off a little bit. I know how powerful that is. And we're gonna diffuse this here. Blend that out and get really light-handed towards the wing. Let's make ugly faces again. Let's always just look so heinous when we blend our eyeshadow and put on mascara. Like, let's just do it. Just live your life. Live your life, you know? So I'm trying to make my stuff like super dramatic. I normally wouldn't blow this out, but I'm trying to make it look like hers. So yeah, it's kind of crazy for me. Definitely louder than I usually wear, but it's still kind of cool. Isn't the fun of makeup that you can step out of your comfort zone and just wash it off later? Or, of course, you can make yourself just feel absolutely stunning and do what you're comfortable in. You can just do whatever you want. Just live your life, man. Now that I feel somewhat satisfied, because it's hard for me to just like blow this out so crazy because I'm just not used to it, but it's okay. It's having a little bit of a crisis over here. It's okay. You're okay. It's alright. It's okay. You're alright. Now just nothing extra on this. I'm just kind of softening edges here. Okay. I'm done. Just stop. Just stop. Just stop. Okay. She says teak. My teak shade. The diffusing shade above, we're gonna, the like shimmery shade. She says she also does it here. Okay, now for the fun part. We're gonna do the shiny stuff. We're gonna do the shiny things. All of the shinies. Okay, she said center eyelid on the center lid and on the tear duct, and it's number 13, which I think for me, so in this palette, because there's technically less shades, I think, yes, there's less shades in this than there is in the Natasha palette, but I did swatching and I found that if you mix some of these shades, then the extra shades that aren't in this you can make. Okay, so we're gonna do that. I did my swatching obviously already, and I saw that Cinder and Steampunk are basically what she used. So let's do that. I'm gonna use Cinder and Steampunk mixed together on my finger, and it looks like that. And we're gonna put it right here on our eyelid. That looks so party. I'm gonna put a little bit, because I kind of thought this as well. This is just more of Steampunk. I'm going to also put some of Pearl on it, this shade right here, just like the lightest itty bittiest little bit, and just add some of that shine, like some more of that really lighter color shine through. I don't know if that actually did anything, but in my brain it did, so we're gonna just be good with that. And then it also says that she uses that in the inner corner. I'm gonna use just a flat brush. I'm gonna dip into Steampunk and actually just Pearl without Cinder for this part. And we're gonna put it in the inner corner. Some more. Speaking of some more, ugh, s'mores, you guys. S'mores are so amazing. Just like to load it up, you know what I mean? Bring it a little bit right here as well. Let me take a look at this. Let me look at this. Alright, I mean, it's pretty. It looks really good. Alright, let me take a look at these. Let me take a look at this. Does she have, she has a white eyeliner on, and I have that. Wait, do I have that? Where is my white eyeliner, you guys? Oh, I gotta go get it. Alright, be right back.
A few moments later.
I'm back. I'm back. Alright, got my white eyeliner. It's a NYX eyeliner pencil. Pop this sucker in. Come on. Alright, you gotta warm it up. Gotta warm it up. Gotta heat the oven. Gotta preheat the oven, you guys. Okay, white eyeliner. It's like not the most pigmented thing in the world, but it's what I have, so. I've been waiting for ColourPop to come out with their eyeliners like restocked, and it's been like 7 years, so. Curl the lashes. Let's put mascara on before I give my final judgment on this. Alright, my thoughts on this. So, it's a bit much. The look is a little bit much. So outside of that, I do think, you know, if we're talking about duping, which we are, if we're talking about duping, I do, if I do say so myself, I do feel like it looks quite similar. I mean, for them not being the same palette at all, I mean, this is pretty good. I mean, you know, like, not gonna toot my own horn, but like beep beep, you know, like, yeah. So I'm gonna do the other side, and then I'm gonna come back, and that'll be it. So let's do it. Alrighty, party people, we are back. Here is both of my eyes, like the girl in Natasha's Instagram. Okay, so she's like, let me tuck my hair back. Oh boy, that does not have to go into the video. Okay, so looking at this again, I do think, I mean, these look pretty similar, I would say. For them not being the same palette at all, like whatsoever, I think this is pretty good. Like, I think this looks pretty decent, especially like the fact that I did this, and I'm not a makeup artist at all, as you can tell, but I'm like proud of myself. I think I did okay. Never tried this makeup look before, never anything. I just saw it and I was like, I can make that with my Sultry palette, so I'm gonna try. And here we are. yes, love this palette. It was in my Neutronellis. The Glam palette is new right now, so I'm sure a lot of people are wondering, and I want to try to save as many people some money as I can. So that is the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed watching me recreate a look that Natasha Denona made on her Instagram account using her new Glam palette and using my Sultry palette. If you would like to see swatches of this palette in comparison to the Natasha Denona one, not that I have it, I just mean side by side, I will have that on my Instagram account, so if you're interested in checking that out, please make sure to check out my Instagram account for that. And everything that I'm going to be wearing on my face today will be linked in the description box down below, along with my Twitter, my Instagram, and my Facebook account, so please be sure to check me out in those places as well. And I look forward to seeing you guys again real soon on my next video. Thank you so much again for watching, and take care. Bye.